AfroSmurph, and well, I'm also your driver, also AfroSmurph. But I'm coming to you in third person because, well, I'm just going to commentate this as best I can. And, well, it's hard to do two things at the same time, but if you like what you see, like and subscribe, and maybe you can do a little better at multitasking than me. So, without further ado, let's go. As every single car takes off, wiggly and unassured of himself, AfroSmurph does head up the inside, all-wheel drive helping a lot, but that GTR has 700 horsepower, so gonna have to pay attention to that as he dives up the inside. The SLS gets a little squirrely as the RX-7 hits AfroSmurph. With the Porsche on the inside, dives up, may have been a little bit illegal, but he's away and in front, and no stewards are commenting on that. With an R8 in front of him now, there's just a little bit of room as they come into the braking zone. The hairpin, the SLS is easy does it, as the R8 kind of squeezes me as we get around to the next set of corners. Again, I'm working on this third person thing. It's not something I do very often. On another note, we crash. I crash. AfroSmurph crashes. You know what I mean. Third person and all that kind of stuff. However, the R8 and the Porsche are nipping up the inside and almost able to make a move, but without all-wheel drive, AfroSmurph is able to lead away and to chase after that SLS AMG. Whoever is in front, though, has a substantial lead and maybe a challenge to catch as lap one is still underway. A little bit of mess going on behind AfroSmurph and the lead three, but everything seems to be safe and sound as they continue on this race. Going up the inside, AfroSmurph dives with the inside, brakes on, goes way too wide, pretty much off the track, gets the power down, and an embarrassment of a move that was. With a couple of cars behind making a move, a little bit of illegal overtaking as one car goes on the dirt, just as AfroSmurph does coming into that braking zone. The SLS AMG and what looks to be, I can't quite see, is in first place, but maybe not for long, as the SLS has now been passed as he's wiggling around trying to make another move, as AfroSmurph is now making a move on what looks like a Lotus Exige. So with the lack of power, I believe it should be very difficult to pass going into turn one for AfroSmurph, as the SLS AMG has also not yet made a move, but it's only a matter of time, as his 700, almost 700 horsepower that car has should make up a lot of that differences. AfroSmurph with the lightweight and 500 horsepower, it goes all the way off the track like an idiot. With a little bit of a Tokyo drift and a show off, a Koenigsegg is now right there behind him, who actually started right there with AfroSmurph in the beginning of the race with 1500 horsepower. It's not surprising that the Koenigsegg was able to catch up so quickly, as he's now onto the same straight as us, as everybody in the top four. Oh my goodness, he is so fast. 1500 horsepower might be a little bit too much for the rest of these cars. He should probably be competing against something like GT4s. But I get pushed off as the SLS AMG pushes AfroSmurph off the track while going off the track himself, and the Koenigsegg now looking to make a move around the outside, 1500 horsepower into the brake zone. Still not quite enough to make it, but AfroSmurph still holding the position. All-wheel drive does help in corners, but the Koenigsegg is able to have traction control, so may not really make up that much of a difference. Plus 1500 horsepower as the drift is on. Tokyo drifting in all-wheel drive, not on purpose, I don't think. But the Koenigsegg was not bold enough to make a move, so we're just going to continue on like we didn't just do that. However, with 1500 horsepower, it was only a matter of time. AfroSmurph now in second place, but into the braking zone with a lighter weight and all-wheel drive. Can a move be made? The Koenigsegg goes off the track to make it through that braking zone, but AfroSmurph just doesn't have enough to keep it through. That 1500 horsepower plus the dramatic improvement in technology in that Koenigsegg. Well, not much that AfroSmurph can do, as that Koenigsegg is now beginning to walk away. Now, scratch that, run away, as if Usain Bolt was racing a normal human. As we look behind, the SLS still kind of keeping pace, as AfroSmurph now looks to dive into the braking zone. Not quite close enough to make a move, but he's flashing in with the headlights as the power difference is now very, 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 very evident, almost obscenely so. Ladies and gentlemen, you can kiss that Koenigsegg goodbye. As we come into the braking zone, we slide right past him. For whatever reason, he broke way too early. Now he's going to go for the undercut. We stick on the racing line. Surprisingly, we make the move stick, but we do have to keep it going into a straight. As the Koenigsegg now gets the power down, I hit the dirt. AfroSmurph hits the dirt, and just like that, Koenigsegg right back by. Into the braking zone, he's just, well, bye. See you later, Koenigsegg. Hope to see you again soon. As we now have such a huge gap to everybody else behind us, it's evident that it's a two-horse race. Unless, well, knowing AfroSmurph, mistakes are made. Just like that. As he goes off into the dirt, but into the braking zone, he's still a little bit close. Not close enough to make a move, but close enough to feel a little bit confident that he's got good pace with the Koenigsegg. Even though it's no matter what, it's going to walk away as the rest of the cars are leagues behind. But again, this is AfroSmurph we're talking about. Mistakes are quite common. If you want to see more of those mistakes, please browse the channel. There's plenty more. Coming into the brake zone again, AfroSmurph definitely wide on that braking section. This corner he does get the power down quite well, as the Koenigsegg is still within, well, earshot, but not much more than that. As well, the mistakes are starting to pile on as the focus starts to wane. AfroSmurph losing his confidence, as well, what can you say? Is that Swedish missile is gone. Into the hard hairpin braking zone again. Well, maybe not a hairpin, but it's a 90-degree right. Coming into the end of the lap, the Koenigsegg now begins to walk away yet again. As well, there's nothing I can do about that. Into this braking zone, though, if he does the same weird braking schedule as last time, I may be able to make a move and give him a little tap, say, hey, I'm still here. Unfortunately, his braking job is quite a bit better, but I still give him a tap. And, well, he knows I'm there. As we look up the inside and lose control as we hit the curb into the dirt and grass and whatever that is. Back on the tarmac, because that mistake just cost us any chance we had of keeping up with the Koenigsegg. I had a chance. The first bump did it. The second bump, well, just ruined it. Coming into the braking zone, we can barely even see the Koenigsegg in our windshield as you look to the top right of the hand corner of the screen. It's as if I'm the rest of the Formula One field trying to chase down Lewis Hamilton in a far superior car for the last 7 years. However, that doesn't mean we're giving up. With 2 laps to go, anything can happen because AfroSmurph makes a lot of mistakes. As you can see, one right here as he drifts again, just like lap 2. But this time, he loses it completely with all-wheel drive like an idiot, hits the wall. Like I said, mistakes are made. The frustration is on his face. There's an SVJ behind him, and it looks like to be still that SLS AMG right behind that. So, again, missing the braking zone, going super wide. Dirt on the tires. It's not looking good. AfroSmurph is losing his confidence, losing his moxie, his everything. It's over for him. He's not having a good time of it. He better compose himself as he gets into the braking zone and goes a little wide, pushing the car a little bit too much. The frustration is definitely evident, as you can see the frustration face on the top right-hand corner of your screen. No Koenigsegg in sight. No real competition behind us just yet. Our front right tire is a little bit cold, so let's go ahead and warm that up with a little bit of actually decent driving, I hope. As we come on to the final lap, now is the time, right here, right now, where if we make a mistake, it's probably our last chance we have at second place. So, as we come into the braking zone, hard on the brakes, easy does it, miss the apex by a mile, turn in nicely, and act like we've been doing this for a million years. As AfroSmurph misses the apex, goes off into both sides of the track. Well, you know what they say, use all of the track. That's the best racing line. Don't quote me on that. Into the braking zone again. Actually gets it out right this time. A little bit of dirt on the tires, but that's fine. The exit of the turn, not so great. Trying to take a Formula 1 line, generous at that. Bad entry to the first corner. Good entry to the second as we are on the track this time, not in no dirt, and missed the apex yet again, but at least we look somewhat halfway decent. Coming into the place where AfroSmurph made a mistake again last time, and it's evident he makes another one as he Tokyo drifted it again, and well, he looks like an absolute idiot. The SVJ, not knowing what happened, slows down way too much as I carry on with this race. But ladies and gentlemen, with that mistake, the embarrassment has been had, but that is your first race of the AfroSmurph Racing League. If you want to see more, please like, comment, subscribe, browse the channel. There will definitely be a lot more where this came from. I'm your host, AfroSmurph, and I'm still working on my third person speaking game, so please like and subscribe. Tell me I'm doing a great job as the more mistakes are made. I'll see you at the end of the race. Peace.